I go to Honorable Ras Mubarak, who is the only member of this panel who has taken ex-gratia, and he's just told us that his ex-gratia was paid May or I think March of last year. Honorable, so what do you make of those who have argued that it is very untidy? Because if you were, for instance, re-elected at the end of 2024, you were going to get another ex-gratia when you had taken one in 2021. Now you seem to suggest that we should completely scrap it. Some would say, is it that you are no more in parliament now, so you don't care about it, and that if you were still there, you probably have taken a different stance? Ras Mubarak.
Thank you, Kweku, and apologies for the fluctuation in my internet connection. I believe I'm very clear now.
You are.
The debate is very exciting because this is the way we need to go. The sentiment as expressed by the public are righteous. The indignation of the public is righteous by all accounts. We need to put the conversation in the proper context. And first of all, there's nothing in our constitution as gratia. There is absolutely nothing in our constitution. As a matter of fact, if you look at the definition of ex gratia, I've got the 11th edition of the Black Laws Dictionary, you are not, there is no obligation upon the state, to pay ex gratia to Article 71 office holders. What the Constitution speaks of is gratuity. So the question then is, should we be thanking, people who have served in office either as members of the Council of State or members of Parliament, presidents and vice presidents, ministers, and the rest of it? I'm of a different opinion, and my view is that serving in Parliament is public service. So if you put up yourself, to serve the public, aside what is due you by way of allowances, I sincerely do not think that we should be paying ex gratia. And for the record, this has been my position consistently, over the last 15 years or so.
So why didn't you like Togbe Afede return your money?
Well, it was a matter of choice, and that's a good question, obviously. The conundrum is that until we make these constitutional changes, people who receive ex gratia could decide to keep it, as in my case, or decide to return it, as in the case of the venerable Togbe Afede. And I think what is done is extremely commendable. We certainly have to make progress, and the progress has to be in the reforms in our constitution that all of us have clamored for a very long time. But the challenge here, because don't forget, Article 71 is entrenched, would ministers, would members of the executive who are also members of parliament support a move like that? This is the conundrum that we are faced with as a country. And because it's an entrenched clause, it would have to go into a referendum for all of us to agree with. Perhaps somebody may decide to take it to court for a proper interpretation of gratuity, so to speak. But I am of the view that one, because serving as a member of Council of State or member of Parliament is public service, beyond what is due you as salary and allowances, it should be, that should be okay, as the Honorable Togbe Afede has succinctly, encapsulated. Let me react to.
Ras, hold it there for me.